Hi, thanks for all the positive feedback on translatingcontext.com. Today I wanted to show you something quite new. It's an alpha version of a product I'm working on, and I believe it's quite innovative. So I decided to record a short demo to show you what is possible these days and how brilliant some of the new tools can be. And hopefully you will like it, and maybe you will see that product in action very soon. So the product is called contextsub.com, and it's about, as the name suggests, translation of subtitles, but in a completely new way. A new approach to subtitles, you'll say? Yes, I think that's exactly how that product can be described. So just gonna show you this in real life without further ado. So I'm gonna create a sample project. Oh, okay. And I have two choices here. As you can see, I can upload a video and subtitles, work on it, then export SRT file, and that's it. But if the file is extremely confidential, I might decide to store the video on my local drive and still use it for preview, by the way. So I can point the tool to my local preview. That file is never uploaded to server, so the film is stored locally, but only subtitles are edited. So you have a choice there, but if you select this mode where you upload a video and subtitles, you just create a project, you input subtitles in SRT format, you add a video file, and now a real magic happens. As you can see on the right, yes, a typical, well, more or less typical modern editor with all the segments, all the characters per second indicators. By the way, you can edit that. You have a profile for validation based on Netflix settings, so characters per second, characters per line, all that. But in the meantime, the video is uploaded, and it's not just a simple upload because, as I said, some new magic happens. As you can see, dialogue and context, dialogue and movie are being analyzed by a specialized AI agent. So the entire SRT file, source file, is analyzed as a whole, so not just segment by segment, but as an entire document for context, for characters, for events, for anything that is a valuable context. And also, this happens with the video. So the video is actually analyzed in a very smart way, because obviously it would take billions of tokens to analyze each frame of the video. So it's analyzing only significant frames of the video, but it's enough to gather all the information about characters in the movie, all the events that are happening, anything that could be used um, in the translation process. So if you're a translator and you are working on local versions of subtitles, you just go through the segments, and if that specific segment includes information that can be useful, that can be linked to anything from what I call a context database, you will see that in your video. So let's just look through that editor and see, how we can edit. This is just a typical preview. You get information about context preparation, pre-processing, but you can also notice two sections here. First is translation brief. So what was recognized from that video and SRT file by the agent, and that is a context that is sent to the translation agent before the translation starts. So you only upload source SRT file, then it gets translated. But it's not a simple translation as you would know from tools that are on the market where you just upload the file and it is translated based on models, knowledge, or data. It is using a contextual information that was extracted from the entire SRT file and the entire video. So that part improves the quality of the translations, and of the translation. That translation is already inserted in the segments that you are editing. So in fact, you are post-editing subtitles, or more preferably, you are reviewing and you are validating you are approving. So it's not that you will just focus on what is coming out of the model. But anyway, that's the translation part. That the new part here is context database. So you see identified elements from that short video that we've just analyzed and an SRT file. So you see events that were recognized and characters that were recognized. So imagine you are translating a movie or subtitles for a movie, and you want to know who that person is, who is Tom, and you just need to point that mouse cursor on the name, and you will see basically the appearance. You will see the description of that person, and you will also be able to jump to the scene where a specific event is happening or a person appears. Uh, Here you see the description in the target language, but obviously you can change it as well. And you can also add context information if you feel that it could be useful at a later stage of the video of the movie. So, for example, if you recognize there's an important event that is not recognized as a context for some reason, you can add it here, and you can use it later. So, any chance of like working on that segment much later in the movie, let's say 3 hours later, a person appears and you want to know who that person is to another character, and you will learn that this is like a brother or someone else. So I think it's pretty cool, and I would really love to hear your thoughts on that. Cheers.